Absolutely. And you know what? We have a lot. It is Lineage of Greatness for a reason, Roxy.
That's right. Let's go ahead and check out the package and see what we have coming up.
We are a very unique family.
I want to welcome the Vargas Dynasty.
Fighting is our family business.
If I say it, then I mean it. Who you think you talking to?
Me and my brothers, we come from a legendary father.
At 16 years of age, I became the youngest national champion in boxing history. All my kids are very talented. Junior, beautiful boxing ability, always had power. Amado, he's my crazy kid. Emiliano, he's a 8-time national champion.
Triller's just an amazing platform for the Vargas Dynasty to show our skill.
Where I was working, where I was sparring, where I was getting better.
The reason why they're like that is because they came from the royal nutsack.
We're all so unique, so diverse. Which one do you want? You want the Colgate, Smile Emiliano? You want the tatted, light-skinned Junior? Which one do you want?
The Vargas Dynasty, baby.
The leader of all I should become. Write my name on the wall, I am the one. I'm defeating them.
This guy got the curls, he got the suit. Looks like a boy band, but we can fight.
I'm creating a dynasty. No playing with a king.
All right.
Yes, we do. And right now on stage, we have the legendary Vargas Dynasty. I'm going to start off with the head of the Vargas family. This man, the youngest junior middleweight champion in history at age 21 years of age. This man fought anybody and everybody, put on memorable events that still stand the test of time, that captivated fight fans around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, El Feroz, Fernando Vargas Sr., ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it wouldn't be a Vargas Dynasty without mentioning his son. So I'm going to work my way from the youngest all the way till the oldest. Making his professional debut on Saturday from the legendary Forum. He is an 8-time amateur national champion. There's a lot of excitement behind him, making his highly anticipated professional debut. Emiliano Vargas, ladies and gentlemen. And also his older brother, 21 years of age. His record, 3 wins, no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amado Vargas.
Yeah, baby.
And the oldest of the 3. He's undefeated. 5 fights, 5 victories, all of those coming by way of knockout. He's named after his legendary father, ladies and gentlemen. Here is El Feroz, Fernando Vargas Jr.
Let's get this started, fellas. And first of all, I'm going to start with you, Senior. How does it feel not only to have this moment, your boys here up on the stage, but you've been in this game for a very, very long time. Why Triller Fight Club? Why them? Why this generation and this fight club for your boys?
I thought it was the best platform possible for my boys. And, it's a worldwide, app where everybody that knows boxing, that loves boxing, is being part of it. So we're excited about it. We've been working hard, and my boys are going to show what their DNA is made out of, and you can't make a fighting rooster out of 2 chickens. It has to be the blood. So, I'm blessed to be here with my boys, all 3 of them, wanting to do what their daddy did. And so I'm here to support them 110%. And I wouldn't be here if they weren't ready. They're ready 100% because they did everything that I told them to do in training camp. We sparred all the rounds that we needed to, and did all the mid work, did all the bad work. And we're just excited because we're here now.
Now, Fernando, you initially didn't want them to box at all. And not only did one of them box, but all 3 of them are. I think it's unbelievable. I mean, following in your footsteps of what you were able to do. I remember watching on the 3 knockdown roll with Steve Kim and Mario Lopez. Mario was saying that he used to watch Fernando Jr. on the shoulders of one of your handlers as you were walking to the ring.
2 of them. Emiliano was too small. I think he was able to do one fight, but he was a baby. But he is he was barely walking. So, man, it's a blessing for me to be here and to be living this. This is what can happen if you don't give up on your family. You know, and I'm going to give it 100. I'm going to make it a 100% and keep it real. If it wasn't for my wife, this family would not be together. You know what I mean? Because I'm not perfect. I know it's hard to believe, but I mess up a lot, and I messed up many times. And that woman has never left my side, and so this family's together because of the Queen, Marta Vargas.
Yeah, I love the fact that, see, now you guys are actually going to get a really, really, really good meal when all three of you guys win your fight. That's just a solace for everybody. I love that. Shout out to Mom Dukes. But, Junior, how does it feel to be on the same card with both of your brothers, too?
No, it's definitely a privilege and a responsibility. Carrying the last name Vargas, I mean, it brings excitement. You know, I'm excited as the oldest to see my youngest brother debut. You know, I know a lot of, you reporters and journalists have been waiting for the day. And now all three of us on one card, like my brother has said, and we've said it in the past, it's crazy because we talked about this as kids and the amateurs, like, bro, we're going to sell out the Allegiant Stadium one day. Or, bro, we're going to watch. All of us are going to be all on one card. And now Triller's giving us the opportunity to do that. You know, I just got to thank, David. I got to thank the whole Triller team. I got to thank my management, Eggies and Jose. I have an unbelievable team, inside and outside the ring.
Now, Amado, for you, what is it like as well, being able to fight in a card with your brothers? Now, you have Emiliano that is making his pro debut. You got to handle business. So does your older brother. But what was it like being in training camp? And what advice do you want to give to Emiliano? Because your older brother and you already made your pro debut. Emiliano's next on Saturday.
First off, I want to thank the man upstairs, for being in this position. And I can't wait to watch my younger brother. Me and my older brother, we had our, pro debuts, but this is something special because this is going to be my U.S. debut as well, and this is going to be my younger brother pro debut. So, man, I can't wait. God is good, and the lineage is here. May 14th, you're going to find out what the Vargas boys are about. You guys seen the videos on Triller. You guys seen us, but now, May 14th, you guys are going to see that these boys can really fight.
Emiliano, for you, it's kind of like the gift and the curse, right? It could either go really, really great or it could really suck being the last because you're going pro. You're the last of the three. You're the last of the dynasty to go pro. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage? Advantage because you got to see your two older brothers and how they did their debut and how they've been fighting. Or disadvantage because you have all the training and you've had all the experience, especially seeing your two brothers go before you, and now a lot is expected from you.
No, well, like you said, it's however you want to take it. At the end of the day, you could let the pressure either, fold you, or you could rise to the occasion. But at the end of the day, me and my brothers are so close-knit, and just the support system that we have is unbelievable with my two beautiful parents that support me in anything I do. We're excited. I'm ready. This is something that we've been talking for a long, long time. I didn't want to go to the Olympics, so I just wanted to go pro. I just felt like, I've had a good amateur career, and I'm blessed to have Triller Fight Club as the promotional company to do that for me.
Now, I want to know from all three of you guys, because the world is anticipating you guys competing and fighting on Saturday, Triller vs. 5, Lineage of Greatness. How is it going down on Saturday? Emiliano, we'll start with you. We'll work to Amado and Fernando Jr. Give me your prediction. In your pro debut, in a perfect world for Emiliano Vargas, how does the fight end?
Well, I said it like this in a lot of interviews. People don't believe until you put it in their face, and with anything. So what the Vargas Dynasty is going to do is going to put it in your face. We're going to show the world that we can fight, that we come from a lineage, a thoroughbred of killers, and we're just very excited. We're gonna do everything necessary to get the job done, look spectacular, and move on to the next opponent. I tell people like this: I'm a contract killer. Whoever my dad puts up, we go after.
That's right.
So we're ready to go, and May 14th. Anytime there's a Vargas, there's gonna be fireworks. There's gonna be a fight, and you'll never have a boring fight with the Vargas.
For me, I don't take no opponent lightly. You know what I'm saying? I don't take nobody lightly. At the end of the day, if they have a pair of boxing gloves, they have a chance. They have a chance. All it takes is one punch. So we're in the hurt business, man. We're in the hurt business. I did everything in training camp that I needed to do, and I'm focused. I'm locked in mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything. I'm ready for May 14th, and I can't wait to perform that night. Let's go.
You know, I can't foretell the future, but, you know, one thing we will demonstrate is our beautiful boxing ability. We all have power. We all have intelligence. My dad tells me, mijo, primero inteligente y luego valiente. So first use your smarts, then use your bravery. You know, if the knockout presents itself, cool. But I'm not over here looking for it, like my pop says. If you go looking for it, Junior, then, you know, it looks ugly doing it. So when you try too hard, you know, the shots don't open up. So, you know, I'm going to just stay behind my jab, box in the beginning, and, you know, if the knockout presents itself, cool. If it doesn't, then we'll get our hand raised. It's my first 6-rounder, so if we got to go the distance, we'll go the distance.
All right, there's also something else on the line, a $50,000 chain from Bryce Hall.
So, I mean,
Raise
it might
your
change it
hand.
a little
Who's
bit.
taking it home? Raise your hand.
Hey, we'll just have to see May 14th.
We'll have to see.
We got to see.
We're competitive. And we got a knockdown in sparring, so I don't know if that counts.
Nope, that does not count.
doesn't count, huh?
It does not count. All right, guys, fellas, thank you guys so much. Senior, of course, thank you so much for being here as well.
I want to say something before we end. You know, like when I was a kid, I didn't have a dad, right? So I was 12 years old, and you know, I was in school, and in school, you know, I went under my mother's name, Chavez. So when I started boxing, they said that you had to go what was on your birth certificate, which was Vargas, which was my dad's last name. And I hated it because it was my dad's last name, and he never was part of my life. So, make a long story short, you know, they told me that I had to use it because it was I had to go what was under my birth certificate and not under what I was in school. I'm like, when I went to go get my USA boxing book, they said, I'm here to get my book. I needed it under Fernando Chavez, which was my mom's maiden name. And so, make a long story short, I remember crying. I was crying. I was so mad that I had to use Vargas. I had to use what was on the birth certificate. So, how do you think I feel seeing my kids become like their daddy, savages like their daddy? You know, it's like, to me, it's such a blessing, you know, because like I said, I didn't have that now. Now, I didn't want the name Vargas, but now when we say, I started this Vargas-ish, and that's a damn thanks I get. Hello.
The Vargas Dynasty, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Fernando Sr., Fernando Jr., Amado Emiliano. Check them out on Saturday. Triller vs. 5 on Fight TV from the Legendary Forum.
And the last names, they don't stop right here. We have another legendary last name to talk about it. Let's check it out.
People will be quick to think that just because I have a Holyfield name that everything was just given to me. My mom is just glad that she really kept me on the right track and kept my head straight, because it's easy to get scared off the road with so much going on out there.
I remember Evan's first boxing match. The bell rings, and Evan just tilts his head, just starts like, and everybody starts screaming, and it was just crazy, because it was like, no, that cannot be Evan. Boom!
We have a tremendous night of boxing coming your way. You have the Vargas Dynasty with all three sons fighting, but also we have Evan Holyfield matching up against a very tough and determined Jermaine McDonald. And listen, when you're following the footsteps of a legendary father, that's not easy to do. And obviously right now we want to bring up a couple of the fighters that will be involved in our next matchup. We want to bring up, with a record of 6 wins, opposite 5 defeats, we want to bring up Jermaine McDonald, ladies and gentlemen, who has a big opportunity on a Saturday, a part of Trillerverse 5 that you can watch live on Fight TV or TrillerFightClub.com as we bring up Jermaine McDonald as he will collide against Evan Holyfield. Evan Holyfield's actually looking to crack the double-digit win mark. They're milestones in fighters' careers, Roxy, and this is significant for Evan Holyfield. Listen, when you follow in the footsteps of Evander, the real deal, Holyfield, those are some big expectations.
It is. You could either fold to the last name or you could live up to it at the end of the day, and these fighters definitely have a lot and big shoes to fill. Here we have Evan just pulled up. Evan, thank you so much for being here. Hi, McDonald. How are you? It's good to see you as well. Let's get it started, Ray.
Well, Evan Holyfield, I want to start off with you. The fact that this is significant. You're looking to go ahead and get double-digit wins. You're undefeated, 9-0. How big is this for you on a Saturday night from the Forum here in Los Angeles?
It's a tremendous blessing, and every single fight I've had coming to this point, I've been learning from it. So I was just looking forward to apply everything I've learned to this next fight.
Jermaine, for those that haven't seen your fights or don't know your fighting style, how would you explain it to everyone?
I mean, I feel like I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer. I'm a puncher. I mean, I do whatever it takes to win. So I know I'm here on a huge opportunity. And it's a big name, and I mean, whatever it takes to win.
We apologize about the mic issues, but Evan, I want to get to you in the sense of, you're taking on a guy who's 6-5. This is natural progression for a young fighter, but over the next year, being with Triller Fight Club, where do you see yourself in your professional career?
What they say, we take it one fight at a time, and, with each and every performance, it brings a little bit out of me, and I'm sure with him sitting right there, he's going to bring the best out of me, and I'm probably going to bring the best out of him. So with that, you have a good show.
And speaking of the best, your life has been surrounded by the best names in boxing, one of those being Mike Tyson. I hear that there's a very interesting story about the first time that you met Mike. Tell us about that story.
The first time I had met Mike, it was actually before one of my first amateur fights. And, when your brothers and sisters is there and it's your first amateur fight, you definitely don't want to lose because, the loss follows you home. I got 10 brothers and sisters, so they're gonna put me on the grill and just let me have it for the rest of the week if that was to happen. So there was already a lot of nerves on the in the air. So there's a big crowd and stuff because it's my first amateur fight, and for some reason this venue was really packed. But I could see the crowd splitting almost like the Red Sea per se, and I'm looking for my dad to come through, but it's Mike Tyson and my dad. And, of course, it was a lot to take in really at that moment, especially with all my family there. And it's definitely my first fight. And, you want to look good. You want to do everything right. But he's going up to all my brothers and sisters and asking them, hey, are you Evan? Are you Evan? And by the time he gets to the third one, I'm like, hopefully you don't find me. You know what I mean? So I dug off in the cut. But he ends up finding me. He was like, oh, so you're Evan. You know what I mean? And for the first thing I noticed from him, I didn't have no idea what weed was, but I was like, either he forgot his deodorant or he's just, this is just his odor.
It's a smell in the air.
Yeah, unfamiliar smell in the air. And once I got past that, he was just telling me, hey, it's your first fight, just go out there and have fun and apply everything that you learn. And, of course, I went out there and I fought and everything, but at some point during the fight, my shoelace had came untied, and you know how it is. If you're not a coach or in the corner, you can't come up to the ring. So he had came up to the ring and stuff and started he was like, hey, Evan, this is what you got to do. Throw these punches. And he was throwing the combinations. And you ever seen the picture of Mike Tyson when the police were like, oh, you know what I mean? So it was kind of like that. The officials had worked. Their first reaction is to stop him, you know what I mean? Because you can't give advice to anybody while, getting your shoes tied. But he starts throwing them punches, and I'm telling about he cleared everybody out of there. Nobody wasn't trying to touch him. But I ended up applying exactly what he had told me to do and then wanted me to fight. And so at the end of the day, the number one thing he told me was he was like, I'm proud of you because you didn't give in to your emotions. If you would have gave in to your emotions, the fight could have went a different way. But, you persevered and you came through and you came through strong. And, that's the story with me and Mike Tyson.
Now, Jermaine, you obviously have the opportunity of a lifetime against Evan Holyfield, but in terms of, you're obviously the underdog, but do you like being in that role, and what do you have to do in order to gain the upset against Evan Holyfield on Saturday?
Oh, well, I'm used to being in that role, the underdog, and I'm comfortable with being underdog. So, I mean, I'm like the lone wolf. I'm climbing the hill, you know. So I'm not there yet, and I'm hungry. So definitely gonna take advantage of this opportunity. And so I'm put trust in my corner man, and listen to my coaches and whatnot, and do whatever it takes.
Before we let you go quickly, Jermaine, prediction against Evan Holyfield on Saturday.
I feel like it's going to be an upset. I mean, I know all odds are stacked against me, and I mean, Bill showed us last week that it's possible, so I believe it's possible.
Evan, that's what your opponent's saying. He goes upset-minded. What about you? Are you going to crack the double-digit win mark on Saturday?
You know, I go into the gym and I work my hardest, 110%. So, you know, I'm looking to keep this train on the right track. And, yeah, that part, you know.
Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Evan Holyfield. Also, Jermaine McDonald. They match up on Saturday. We're going to have you guys pose off, as is customary when it comes to prize fighting.
Go ahead, fellas. You guys can go up there and go ahead and pose. And then we're going to get ready for, I mean, it's a stacked night, Ray.
Well, it's a stacked night, Roxy. And as you see here, Evan Holyfield, Jermaine McDonald, as Holyfield 9-0, looking to get to 10-0 with our lovely Triller Fight Club ring girls as well. Don't forget, it's Triller vs. 5 coming your way this upcoming Saturday from the legendary Kia Forum here in Los Angeles. Check it out live on Fight TV, plus the versus battle between Cypress Hill and Onyx.
Which we
can't wait for that one.
I know that is going to be absolutely amazing. Also performances by Christian Combs, Corey Brodus, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And up next, we have two heavyweights looking to put on a show.
Well, you mentioned the word amazing, Roxy, and I got to say that in order to have any fight card or any big boxing event around the world, you need to have this man. This is the greatest ring announcer of all time, and it's not even close. He's the Hall of Famer. He has the best-looking suits on the planet and an iconic voice that has stood the test of time. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Hall of Famer, the legendary Michael Buffer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Ray and Roxy. Nice to meet you for the first time. What a great night we're going to have. You know, you just met these young fighters, and of course, I introduced their dads in the ring many times. And for me, Saturday night is going to be one heck of a great night at the Kia Forum. And get there early, and you're just going to see a great night of sports, boxing, and entertainment. But it's time to bring out our co-feature for the night, and it's going to be a good one. 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division, with two guys. The referee might as well just step back and let this happen. I don't think the judges will have too much to do either. This is going to be one hell of a fight. 10 rounds of boxing in the heavyweight division. Let's bring the fighters up to the stage at this time. First, from Newport News, Virginia, his record, 26 victories, 4 defeats, 2 draws. 20 of his 24 wins are by knockout. He is Jerry Slugger Forrest. And his opponent, no stranger to those who follow the heavyweight division. He's a 2-time world heavyweight champion, contender, and challenger. And his record stands at 28 victories, 14 wins by knockout, only 2 defeats. Those were the 2 of the best heavyweights in the world. Trillerverse is proud to bring him back once again. The KO King from Sofia, Bulgaria, Kubrat, the Cobra Pulev.
Thank you very much, Michael. Great to see Kubrat, the Cobra Pulev. Also, you have Jerry Forrest. Kubrat, the microphone is behind you, my friend, if you can go ahead and grab that. But the last time we saw Kubrat Pulev was during a Thanksgiving weekend at a jam-packed Globe Life Stadium in Arlington, Texas. You were the main event of the first ever Triller Fight Club Triad Combat when you knocked out Frank Mir. You're a former two-time heavyweight title challenger, but now you're getting in the boxing ring. Kubrat, I want to know from you, though.
Now it's coming the third time.
Now it's the third time. Okay, so he's already extremely focused and determined. But what was that like, being a part of Triad Combat and, coming back to the boxing ring, but this time with Triller Fight Club?
Yeah, always with Triller Fight Club is good because it's amazing organization, amazing events, And in Texas was beautiful fights and also the best event, And now I hope it's same thing, same good event, and I'm ready for this fight, and I hope my opponent is also ready.
Well, let's talk to your opponent right now, Jerry. How are you feeling, and how awesome is it to be able to be part of this card that's not only such a big night in boxing, but also a big night in entertainment as well, as we have Cypress Hill going versus Onyx?
It's a blessing and a pleasure. I'm more than ready. I'm more than prepared. This is a great fight card. To be on there with the Vargas brothers, to be on there with the Pulevs. To be on there with Kovalev, it's an honor. It's another chance for me to show what I can do. I've proven myself time and time again. I've been counted out, been cheated, been had some draws. So, I feel like this is where I belong. Everything that I've done has led up to this. I'm always in the gym. I'm never out of the gym. So I'm in shape. I'm ready. I'm ready to prove myself again.
Jerry, the last time we saw you fight was a part of a Trillerverse that was in New York City at the Manhattan Center. You fought to a draw against Michael Hunter. I know that yesterday during the open workouts, you made a point to tell me, I'm tired of leaving it in the hands of the judges. With that being said, are you going to be looking for a knockout over a man who is very hard to beat in Kubrat Pulev?
My approach for every fight, though, is the same. And, it's never changed. I'm going to outbox everybody. In the last 8 fights, no one's outboxed.
But this question is not good. Go another.
It's all love.
Don't need this question.
Well, okay, I'm going to let you finish. Go ahead.
The next one. Next question.
Well, if he says that he could finish the fight in a knockout, then how do you see the fight ending?
Sorry, one more time, please.
If he says that that he could finish the fight in a knockout, then how do you see the fight ending?
So I respect him, he is a good fighter, and his last fight against this good Michael Hunter, good opponent, that was the best fight I watched maybe 100 times. But I'm different, and I'm world level, and this fight is gonna be absolutely difficult for him because I have everything, and he meet Saturday night. He gonna meet with one wild animal, and very intelligent wild animal, and this he can't fight against me.
Respective trash talk. I like that. Welcome to Trillerverse 5, ladies and gentlemen. Kubrat Pulev, Jerry Forrest. Let's have you guys face off. And
can I just say this, though?
If we can have you guys face off and pose off.
Can I just say,
yes.
when I referred to the stoppages, I was saying that I'm going to just beat him. I'm not going to leave it to the judge's hands.
Just beat me.
Oh, look at this. I like this.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Kubrat Pulev, Jerry Forrest.
I like him. Normally, I like him,
Our
nice, good guy.
Main event.
Maybe after this fight, we're gonna be friends.
We'll see after the fight. Yes, sir. It's love.
Yeah.
But they won't be friends on Saturday.
This is sport. This is not war. I'm going to win.
They're not going to be friends on Saturday, Roxy.
Saturday, I don't believe there will be any friendship happening until we hear what that who's the winner going to be.
Look at this face-off. Kubrat Pulev, the former heavyweight title challenger, matching up against Jerry Forrest in the heavyweight division. Pulev, his younger brother, Tervel Pulev, involved in our main event. So the Pulev brothers, the Vargas Dynasty, Evan Holyfield, also Sergey Crusher Kovalev. And they're talking a lot up here, Roxy.
Yes,
I can hear them.
As long as they're talking and chairs aren't swinging, then I'm okay with that. But
listen, I don't get paid enough to get in between those two bohemians, so I will, if we have security around.
Now let's take a look at what makes the Trillerverse such an exciting event.
So, you think you can fight? Send us a video. If you're between the ages of 18 and 28, tell us your name, age, weight, and why you think you can fight. Download the Triller app and submit your video with the So You Think You Can Fight hashtag to enter.
And we're back.
And welcome back to the press conference for Triller vs. 5. Ray Flores alongside Roxy Diaz. And Roxy, this is what I love about this is we have the behind-the-scenes aspect. Listen, Triller Fight Club and Saturday night, it took a very concerted effort. We have David Teatrell from Triller Fight Club. A round of applause for David, a true visionary and a woman who is certainly a pioneer when it comes to combat sports. Not just boxing, but she's promoted some major names, been a part of the biggest events around the world, the legendary Kathy Duva. Kathy and David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, David, for you, as you were coming up with this lineage of greatness, when you guys were in the Triller offices coming up with the game plan for Saturday night, how did you guys stumble upon the theme of the Vargas Dynasty, Evan Holyfield, Sergey Kovalev, the Pulev brothers?
Well, it's really interesting. A lot of the inspiration, of course, comes from Ryan Kavanaugh, who kicked off the whole Triller Fight Club experience with the Tyson Jones fight. And when I came on, I worked very closely with Thorsten Meyer, our COO, on designing this card. We were looking at ways to really invigorate the card. And once we had Sergey on top of the card, then I started working with the Vargas team and the Vargas brothers. We had the opportunity to sign them. We brought them on. And believe it or not, on my way to my tea time on a Saturday afternoon, I sent an email to Kathy, and I said, hey, Kathy, we're putting together this card. It's really looking strong. We've got the Pulev brothers on it. Now we have the Vargas brothers on it. And, of course, we have your fighter, Sergey, on top of the card. I said, what are the chances we could add Evander Holyfield's son, Evan, to the card? Literally, before I teed off, I had an email in my inbox, and she said, let's do it. So that's how it came together. We really started building this idea of the lineage of greatness when you look at Fernando Vargas Sr., you look at Evander Holyfield, all that they accomplished in the ring, Michael Buffer announcing their fights while these children of these great champions were getting into the ring. It was just great coming up with it, and we just said, let's turn this thing into a novel, a movie, and we came up with the lineage of greatness.
Thought it was apropos for Saturday night. Roxy?
Kathy, first of all, thank you so much for being here. And this night is going to be such a huge night, especially for Sergey. He's moving up to cruiserweight. How do you think he's going to do in that weight division?
Well, you know, he looks so different. I'm used to seeing him fight week all emaciated and drawn and, you know, skinny. And here he is, big and strong. And so I think after killing himself to make weight, particularly the last 2 years, it's going to be interesting to find out what happens. Nobody's going to know for sure until the fight starts. But he is very goal-driven, and he decided he's going to be a cruiserweight champ, and he has always reached every goal he's asked me to take him to, so I will be surprised if he doesn't make it.
Well, Kathy and David, thank you so much. We appreciate it, the mindset, the approach, making it all Saturday night happen. We cannot wait for 2 days from now.
Thank you so much. Roxy and you bring such flavor to everything we're doing. We're getting unbelievable compliments on how well this press conference is going already.
It's an honor to be here. David Teatrell, ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Duva, two legends in their own right behind the scenes. Let's give a round of applause to them.
Thank you.
And Roxy, we talked about greatness, and welcome back.
There is such greatness, a lot of greatness in the room, and legendary greatness, and legendary voices. And we'll take it back to the legendary voice himself that's going to host. And first, let's get to the main event feature, and then we'll get back to that legendary voice of Michael Buffer.
We have Sergey Kovalev and Pulev.
I'm excited to face a world-class boxer like Kovalev.
Between 2013 and 2019, Sergey the Crusher Kovalev dominated the light heavyweight division, winning multiple titles and being named Ring Magazine's 2014 Fighter of the Year.
follow for dreams, and dreams comes true.
But in 2019, Kovalev would lose his title in a closely contested battle against boxing superstar Canelo Alvarez.
I didn't have energy, you know, like after round 7. What happened is happened. It's a good experience.
And on May 14, Kovalev returns to the ring, this time competing in a heavier weight class than ever before.
Last 2 years in my light heavyweight division, it was too hard to lose in 25 plus pounds. I want to fight with a comfortable shape and show to the boxing fans what I can do.
He is a complete fighter.
I'm going to be the champion again. I will show to my kids, never give up.
One more time.
Having been trained by their father since childhood, Tervel and his big brother Kubrat are built for combat.
Every single workout, I remember my father.
My father said, you're the oldest and you must help him. You must always take care of him.
We train together everything. We play soccer, we make conditional training, everything together. It's coming, it's coming. It's coming. Exactly.
And together, the Pulev brothers have conquered the European boxing world.
This is a lot of work.
Now, May 14th, they're both taking their feared reputations to LA as they fight on the same card in Triller vs. 5.
How is it fighting with your brother on the same card?
It's not easy for sure because I'm not absolutely concentrated about my fight.
But Tervel, the reigning WBA international champion, faces the toughest battle of his life as he looks to retire the Crusher for good.
Always I was main event. Now my brother is main event. His fight, I think, is more difficult than mine. Now I'm not only concentrated about my fight, I'm concentrated about him and his fight. This is my brother, you know, my youngest brother, and I always, all my life, think about him, I care about him. I spar with him, and he's very quick and also smart. Difficult opponent is my brother.
We must be killer.
I wanted more. I train harder. Kovalev is about to find out.
Fighting is my life. This is what I do. I will knock him out. Every fight is for everything.
This is boxing's top level. The better man will win. I'm ready.
I can't wait to fight. My brother gonna win. That's it.
Take it away, Mike. Take it away.
Oh, there we go. See, I'm sorry about interrupting that video earlier, but you know, when you hand an announcer like me a microphone and put me up on a stage, well, I'm going to talk. So, and that's what I'm going to do right now. Now, we just saw a video that tells us a lot about what's going to happen in our co-feature and our feature bout of the evening Saturday night. The main event is going to be a great one, and it's very interesting because we have one of the most well-known light heavyweight world champions of the past decade moving up to make his debut in the cruiserweight division. And a lot of people think that's the whole story. But the fighter that he's fighting has an undefeated record, and he's a knockout puncher. That is part of what makes this main event so exciting. Let's bring him up to the stage right now. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sofia, Bulgaria, his professional record, a perfect one. 16 fights, 16 victories. He has 13 of those 16 wins by knockout. He is the current reigning WBA Cruiserweight International Champion. Title not on the line tomorrow night, or pardon me, Saturday night. But let's bring him up to the stage. He is the undefeated Tervel Pulev. Tervel, good to meet you. And I've known your brother for quite a while, but it's good to see you. He's a lot bigger in person than I thought he would be. So let's bring up to the stage, like I say, one of the most popular and well-known fighters of the past 10 years in the world of boxing. Living and fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida now. His professional record stands at 34 victories, 29 wins by knockout. He has 4 defeats with 1 draw. Ladies and gentlemen, the former 3-time light heavyweight champion of the world, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev.
Well, Sergey, welcome to the cruiserweight division. If you can grab your mic to your right. How are you, sir? It's good to see you. Welcome to the cruiserweight division. Light heavyweight champion Michael Buffer read off your accolades, your championships, but now you are campaigning in a new division. Not only are you campaigning in a new division, but you're taking on an Olympic bronze medalist, the undefeated Triller Pulev. When you decided to come up here to cruiserweight, why did you decide to take on someone with the caliber of Triller Pulev?
Listen, it's all questions to my promoter. Like, I'm ready for anybody and anywhere. Just they said your next opponent is Triller Pulev. Are you ready? I'm ready always.
Roxy, I'll tell you this. I'm already sensing the Crusher vibes. He's already getting into fight mode, so to speak, is Sergey Kovalev.
Yes, I believe so, too. Triller, I want to ask you, this is one of the biggest fights of your career going up against the Crusher. Do you believe that this may be the toughest challenge that you've ever had to face?
Hello to everybody. First of all, I want to say big thanks to Triller Fight Club that makes this fight happen. The opportunity to fight against this big name of Kovalev. Yeah, I think I'm in very good shape now. What was your question? Can you repeat?
Do you believe this is going to be the toughest fight?
Yeah, I said it many times. It's maybe the toughest opponent for me.
Well, one thing I love about being a broadcast journalist is I like to ask the tough questions. So as we conclude, Triller Pulev, what is your prediction on Saturday night as you take on Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev? Will you remain undefeated from the legendary Kyiv Forum, a part of Triller vs. 5 live on Fight TV? Your prediction, sir?
My prediction is that I'm going to remain undefeated.
All right, Sergey Kovalev, how is the fight going to play out against Triller Pulev? He says he's going to remain undefeated.
I just want to make a great comeback and make happy all my boxing fans and myself.
Well, welcome back, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev, Triller Pulev. We will have you guys face off for the ceremonial stare down. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The main event of Triller vs. 5. Sergey Kovalev, Triller Pulev. You guys can go ahead and stand up, Sergey. And also, do not forget, after our main event, Roxy, we got the Versus battle featuring Cypress Hill and Onyx.
It is going to be a legendary group from the East Coast going up against a legendary group from the West Coast. And, of course, the legendary Forum. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be such a big night, right?
Well, we got Sergey Kovalev, Triller Pulev, our main event, the Lineage of Greatness. You have the Pulev brothers. You have the Vargas Dynasty, Evan Holyfield. Also, Sergey "Crusher" Kovalev in our main event against Triller Pulev.
It's going to be such a wild night. Once again, we want to thank everybody. Thank you so much for Michael Buffer being here as well, announcing our main event and co-main event. I would like to thank everyone that is watching. And don't forget to tune in May 14th as the Trillerverse takes over LA, featuring Versus Fight Night music, Cypress Hill and Onyx. Subscribe to Trillerverse Pass at fight.tv and be sure to text TV5 and 75303. Until next time, goodbye to everybody watching.